Watch Hurricane Sally, where it is a Category 1 hurricane. And you look on this 3-hour loop, you can see the well-defined eye just sort of getting, just dying off as it just becoming more widespread rain. That happens. It's an indicator on radar that the system is weakening significantly. And we're about to get the 10 a.m. update coming up very soon. And we'll get the updated track and the intensity guidance as well. The heaviest rain still hitting parts of Santa Rosa County between Jay and Milton. And that's also where the highest wind threat is located. Anyone north and east of the center is getting the brunt of that. So from Atmore to Century to Bratt to Milton, things are not good in those spots. There's still significant flooding going on, but conditions have gotten much drier to the west. A little light rain in Washington County and Mobile County, but that's about it as far as rainfall. But the winds are still pretty powerful. The north winds are about 40 to 45 miles an hour sustained in those spots, so very breezy. I do know the power companies hard at work trying to restore power to a lot of folks, and for some spots, especially in Baldwin County, it might take a while to get that stuff back up and running, but at least things are slowly improving as Sally begins to work her way to the north and east, which she will continue to do, and the weather will be better for the remainder of the week. Now, as we take a peek at the, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats and see if maybe they've updated it a little early. Sometimes they like to do that. And let's see, it's an 80-mile-an-hour storm moving northeast at 5, so it has been updated. The maximum sustained winds have dropped from 85 to now 80 miles per hour, and it is moving faster. It was moving at 4 miles an hour, and it's now moving northeast at 5. Yes, I agree, Eric. We are all smiles and happy about that. Never thought I would be so happy to see a 5-mile-an-hour movement in a hurricane, but I'm stoked about that. And that means that Hurricane Sally is getting closer and closer to dropping back to tropical storm strength. If we get the sustained winds to go below 75 miles an hour, you'll see it drop back to a tropical storm, which will be wonderful news. But still, it is a Category 1 hurricane, but it is moving a little faster to the northeast at 5. And how does the new updated track look, Jen? Let's take a little peek at that. The maximum sustained winds are expected to be at 50 miles an hour by this evening. That would be a mid-grade tropical storm, so it will continue to lift its way to the north and east. The track generally the same. It'll pass by Jay, and it'll pass by Bruton, and then weaken back to a tropical storm. Then by daybreak tomorrow, it's a tropical depression. The winds drop back to 35 miles an hour, and that's when it's going to be on the Alabama and Georgia state line. I would say that's near, there's Birmingham, Montgomery. That would be near Auburn. So tomorrow morning, the center would be near Auburn, and it would be a tropical depression, but we will see it as a mid-grade tropical storm by the time we move forward into dinner time this evening. 7 o'clock this evening, the maximum sustained winds are expected to be at 50 miles an hour. So it's still a Category 1 hurricane, but it is getting weaker. The wind speeds have gone from 85 miles an hour down to 80. We'll eventually get them back in the 70s and into the 60s. So as it keeps moving over land, the system will get weaker and weaker. It'll stop training in as much water, and things can start calming down. Repair crews can start repairing the damage that we've seen from Sally, and we can end up getting the water levels to recede, especially in those spots that saw significant amounts of storm surge. But that's excellent news regarding Sally. Not perfect news, but better, and we like to see that Sally's getting weaker and starting to move farther and farther away from us just gradually. When we came on the air, the movement was only at 2 miles an hour. It was barely moving at all, and then it went to 3, then to 4, and then to 5. So it is starting to pick up a little bit of speed, and once it moves out of our area, then it's going to start moving much faster as it works its way to the northeast across the east coast of the United States. So this is the watch warning map. Flash flood watches have been dropped for Mobile County, Washington County, Clark County, and our Mississippi counties, meaning that the flash flooding threat is over for anyone west of I-65. That's great news. Flash flood warnings, though, are still active from Baldwin County to Okaloosa County and up to parts of Conecuh County. So flash flooding is still an issue in these spots, but if you're west of I-65, plan on a much drier rest of your day. It may still be breezy for a while, but it's definitely going to be a lot drier, and that's the first step in getting a lot of things repaired and getting damage repaired and things of that nature. So as we continue to watch Sally lift to the northeast, We'll keep watching and following what's going to be taking place over the next several hours. We got a new run of the Fox 10 Futurecast in that Jen's going to pull up, and it'll show you when the rain's going to be fully exiting the area. It's already happening in a lot of spots, and it's going to continue to happen in more spots as we go through the day. So here we go. We run the clock forward in time to about lunchtime, and you can see by noon, most of the heavy rain starts lifting north of Milton. That will be by 1 this afternoon. So by 1 this afternoon, most of the heavy rain will be north of Milton and Crestview. And then we continue forward in time, and you'll notice that it keeps shifting out of Escambia County, out of Conecuh County. That'll be happening by about 5 in the evening, and then 6 o'clock, more and more spots end up going dry. We see that trend for the rest of the night. And as the night goes on, the winds will also gradually die down as well, which is going to be very good news for us. In case you missed it, we did put together here are the current sustained winds. These aren't gusts, mind you. These are sustained winds, and they're at 36 miles an hour in Mobile. Significant sustained wind, but better than it was. It was in the 40s in the last hour, and now it's in the mid-30s. Dauphin Island, that's really good news. The wind speed down to 32 miles per hour. Pascagoula, 13 mile an hour north wind. Grove Hill, 18. And unfortunately, the anemometers got knocked out in Pensacola and Gulf Shores. So no wind speeds being reported there. But you know that they were dealing with very significant wind as the eye wall of Hurricane Sally was working its way through. So still very windy, but not as windy as it was. And we'll show you the 7-day outlook and let you get a sneak peek of what's coming this weekend and into next week. I'll tell you right now, it's going to be much better than what we have seen today. So the weather, a disaster today, as you know. Yes. Then tomorrow, it will still be breezy, but nothing like the kind of wind speeds we saw today. Highs will be in the mid-80s, mornings upper 60s, so not July or August type humidity, but generally fairly muggy in the morning, but not bad. Then we go forward in time. We have a few scattered showers for Friday and the weekend, 30 to 40% coverage. But then Sunday night, a front's going to blow through, and look at next week. Next week, the rain chances basically zero. We end up going rain-free. Morning temperatures flirting with the upper 50s. It's been a very long time since we've seen that. And the highs in the afternoon, upper 70s for both Monday and Tuesday. So we are going to be seeing some real nice fall air coming back very, very soon. I'm excited about it. I know a lot of you are as well. We'll keep you updated on Hurricane Sally throughout the rest of the day here on Fox 10.